I can solve one-step equations in one variable using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here's what you need to know. Algebraic equations are mathematical statements made up of an expression on each side of the equal sign. So you have expression equals expression. To solve an equation for the variable, you have to get the variable alone on one side of the equation. That step is called isolating the variable. In order to isolate your variable, you must undo everything that's being done to the variable. And we do that by performing inverse operations. That means you do the opposite of what's being done to your variable. And one important thing to remember is when we're talking about fractions, the numerator of a fraction shows multiplication, the denominator shows division. So when we're looking at the inverse of a fraction, it's kind of a two-step deal. We'll do one like that. The operation of addition has an opposite or inverse of subtraction. So in this example right here, subtracting 4 from both sides would be how to isolate the variable x. In this one, subtraction is what is being done, so we do the opposite. We would add 4 to both sides to solve this one. In the third line, multiplication is what's being done to the variable, so we do the inverse, which would be division, divide both sides by 4. And then here's that fraction one. Fractions show division, so I have 1/4 times x, or x divided by 4. I'm going to do the opposite, or multiply both sides by 4 to solve this last example. Let's take a look at a word problem with this. Maya is looking over her monthly budget. She notices that half of her spending money is used for new clothes. If she spends $36 on new clothes, how much spending money does she start with each month? Let's translate this into an equation. Let M represent her monthly spending. That is what we're solving for. We want to find her total amount of money that she spends in a month. I know that half of her spending money is $36. So 1/2 of M, 1/2 times M, equals $36. And I wrote this in two different ways. You can write 1/2 as a coefficient, or you can recognize that a fraction tells you to divide. So I'm really just taking her money and dividing by 2. Taking half of something is the same thing as dividing it by 2. The opposite of dividing by 2 would be to multiply by 2. The fraction tells us we're dividing by 2. To undo that, we multiply both sides by a whole number 2. So I know that M, her spending money, is $72. Pause and try this one. Gabriel is spending a $50 gift card that he got for his birthday. If he buys a $12 shirt and $32 sunglasses, how much money does he have left on the gift card? Ignore sales tax, coupons, all that extra stuff. Let's just look at the price of the item. Let M represent his remaining balance. You could have used whatever variable you like. I know that the cost of the shirt, the sunglasses, and his leftover money has to equal $50. So $12 for the shirt, $32 for the sunglasses, and the leftover money is going to equal the amount of money that could be on that gift card. We're going to combine our like terms on the left-hand side. 12 and 32 make 44. And then subtract 44 from both sides because it is a positive value. We subtract positive values away. We get a final answer of M equals 6. So after he buys those two items, there's only $6 left on his gift card. If you'd like more on this topic, check out the Learning Target spreadsheet for additional resources, videos, and practice.